Hey guys, what's up? We're here for the first episode of the Lincoln Rock Show. I've been super excited to finally sit down and do this. So last week we did a little vlog kind of announcing the show and the channel makeover and everything, and the channel becoming the Lincoln Rock Show. And today we're doing the first episode. And today we're going to be talking about basically nothing but new albums, kind of a little bit of news, as well as kind of just talking in general, topically, about some bands and some new albums. But first, I wanted to start off kind of with a good question to ask you guys to see if you guys have actually heard of the band or basically seen them, or basically just kind of talk about a new band that I discovered. So I found these guys, I want to say about a month ago now. I just absolutely fell in love with them. I was watching this video from Winter Nam about guitars and new tech that's coming out and everything, and the guitarist from this band actually has a new guitar called the Shuriken out, and I heard the song Collateral for the first time, and I was like, dude, that's such a cool riff. I want to hear how that actually sounds in the song and what the song sounds like. Went and listened to the song, and basically from that point on fell in love with the band. Of course, if you haven't already guessed it by now, I am talking about 12 Foot Ninja. Let's see if I can get that decently in view. This is their newest album, Outlier. Awesome album. Pick this up. This is, without doing the top 5 recommendations for the week, just go get this album. It's a great album. I fell in love with this band, and I'm so angry that I never heard of them before, because they've been around since about 2008, and I haven't heard any of their stuff yet. I hadn't heard anything about the band until I just randomly saw that video, and I was like, dude, I gotta check this out, and I'm so happy I did, because this band is actually literally beat out Trivium for me. And if you've been on the channel at all, if you're from the old part of the channel, you probably definitely know I'm a huge fan of Trivium. Right there, there's a Trivium shirt, and right here's another Trivium shirt. Yeah, that's the other Trivium shirt. Just a little bit, and then right up here, you guys can't see it, but I have a Trivium poster, and it's really awesome. But anyway, I love Trivium. They've been my absolute favorite band up there, and Seven Dust that close second. But now 12 Foot Ninja has superseded Trivium, and I absolutely absolutely love these guys. I can't express it in any other more dire form than just saying I absolutely love these guys, and they have taken my #1 spot. That's how much I really dig these guys. So my question for you guys is, have you heard of the band? Have you heard any of their music? Have you not heard their music? Just leave some comments down below and let me know. So anyway, we're going to be talking about new albums this episode. This is what we want to focus on, and we're going to start with a band that I absolutely love, that has a new record coming out. They just dropped a new single, and they announced today their world tour for basically promoting the album. Seether. Oh my god, Poison the Parish. This record is going to be awesome as hell. I'm beyond stoked to hear it. The single, Let You Down, literally, I'm not joking, this song has become one of my absolute favorite songs from the band thus far. It's such a good song. It reminds me much more of the Carn Effect era or Disclaimer era of the band, where they did a little bit darker, a little bit heavier kind of stuff, but a little bit of the really badass stuff that I really enjoyed from Isolate and Medicate. There's like just the melodies and the kind of unique style that they had in Isolate and Medicate. I kind of combine that with some of their older style, and it's just kick-ass so far. I can't wait to hear the rest of the record. Definitely one of the big ones that I'm super excited for. But they just announced today that they're doing a world tour, and they're actually having Clint Lowry from, and I apologize if I said his last name wrong, but from Seven Dust, he's actually going to be touring with them as their lead guitarist. So the last tour that they did, they had one of their guitar techs, I think it was, playing with them. They've been kind of doing that, kind of just to get somebody to play basically a secondary guitar in there. Because as most people know, Seether has kind of been a three-piece for a while now. Ever since, I believe, just before holding on to Strings Better Left to Fray, that album. Kind of just before that, they've been basically just a solid three-piece, and they've had a couple of people help them out on guitar here and there, but nobody's permanent, basically. But yeah, I'm super excited because I think in August they're going to be really close to where I'm at, and I'm definitely going to go see them on tour. I got to see one of their shows. I've never seen a Seether show. One of the bands that's basically on my concert bucket list. And what better to see it with a guitarist from one of my other favorite bands of all time. So yeah, definitely stoked about that. Another big one, Stone Sour has a new album coming out. It's called Hydrograd. From what I've heard from Corey Taylor and some of the news posts, it's supposed to have 18 songs. So I'm wondering if they're gonna pull a Metallica and do a double disc. I know the last time they did this, they did two parts, part 1 and part 2, which is House of Golden Bones, which was excellent. I loved it, but I really want to, not to be greedy, but I want to hear all of it. I want to hear all 18 of these songs. I love Stone Sour. Definitely one of my newer kind of influences musically on my music career. But yeah, this I can't wait to hear this album. From what I'm hearing, from what I'm reading and whatnot, going through Facebook and kind of looking at news posts about the music and some of the stuff that Corey said about the album, it's supposed to have the most diverse kind of music that they've done to date. And definitely, like I said, I'm a big fan of Stone Sour. I really loved their first album. Their first album blew me away when I actually heard some of the songs off there. One thing I noticed about this band is a lot of people only really hear the big hits out of it, and it's you kind of don't know how to feel. It's got some cool music, and you're like, yeah, cool, but you don't realize how badass this band is, or how heavy this band actually gets. They have some really heavy tunes, some really heavy hard rock tunes that are just killer. One of my absolute favorite songs, I'd say within my top 10 favorite songs of all time now, is the song Orchids. It's I believe it's the second track off of the first album. But yeah, so I'm definitely super excited for the new Stone Sour album, Hydrograd. But what's really cool is Corey Taylor is not working on just one album this year. He's working on 2. And of course, I'm talking about Slipknot. Slipknot's putting out a new record this year. The heavy metal giant is returning. Dude, Chapter 5, or was it Chapter 5? Yeah, it was Chapter 5. Because they have Volume 3, Subliminal Verses, and then Chapter 5, The Gray Chapter. Or is it just 5, The Gray Chapter? I don't know. Correct me in the comments section, because I don't know. I have the album back there somewhere, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but I got that big CD tower. I know it's in there because it's my favorite Slipknot record. Right next to the first one and Iowa, kind of in there in that vicinity. But yeah, Slipknot is going to be going in and recording. I think they're going to start without Corey. They're going to let Corey kind of finish the album with Stone Sour as they're kind of working that way. And I think they're going to start off by writing music and then having Corey can't come in when they need him to. And that is a great question. I would have to ask him how he's handling going from one album to the next, to kind of see like how he switches gears vocally, because in Stone Sour he sings more, doesn't really do the heavy, grungy, dirty, almost screamed vocals that he does in Slipknot. So how is he, going from Stone Sour and then finishing that and then bam, straight into Slipknot? How are you gonna just do that, dude? That is one hell of a question I have. If by some giant imaginary stretch of the mind, Corey was to watch this, that question would be for him. But I highly doubt that. But anyway, I still got it out there. I still asked it, and it's on tape. Everybody can read it. Everybody can read it. Everybody can see it. So on and so forth. Yeah. Anyway, so one last big question for you guys before we cut this video. What other bands this year that you guys dig are coming out with new CDs? Like, get that going in the comment section. I want to know who all's putting out CDs, or if you guys know about any bands that I haven't heard of yet that are putting out CDs. I know two other ones that I'm really super stoked for are Trivium. I know they're going to be putting out a CD this year, probably towards the very end of the year, maybe even early next year, but I know they're going to be putting out a CD soon. And then the second one would be Smile Empty Soul. They have a Rarities album coming out. I want to get a hold of that just to check out some of the songs on there. I know some of them I've actually heard before, but some of the other ones I haven't. And there's one song that I found on YouTube that it's like the only video that I could ever find of it, or the only, basically it was the only way I could ever listen to it, but it wasn't the super greatest quality that I saw. Is actually going to be on that CD, and I'm super stoked because I can finally listen to it whenever the hell I want to, and it's gonna be really good quality. So I'm stoked for that. So what other albums do you guys know of that are coming out this year by your favorite bands? Leave a comment in the comment section description. It's been one of those weeks. Anyway, leave comments in the comment section. Let me know about any albums that are coming out. Any albums that are obviously hard rock, heavy metal. I don't give a shit about Katy Perry. I don't give a shit about Lady Gaga. I don't care. None of that. Come on now. It's called the Lincoln Rock Show for a reason. Stick with it, kids. Come on now. Anyway, get to that comment section, answer some questions, let me know some bands, some good CDs that are coming out, and stay tuned very soon for the first episode of Metal Talk, and of course the first episode of my top 5 recommendations. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Keep it fucking metal.